present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I love was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 7 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
And now it's 12 touchdowns on the season, which tells you he's doing more than his share of great route running and finding ways to get open and putting the ball in the end zone.
Now a first down throw, Watson. It's Kelce on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, Mark 52, Mark 52. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. 59. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Back to throw, Watson. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On first and 10, Watson past the 20. He'll find Jones again, complete. 23 yards, the final tally. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Touchdown, bitch.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Julio Jones. His
Julio, he's no Julio.
And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
And that deserves a smoke and a toke and a drink of my vodka. Vodka. Yeah, I'm a god. Don't hate.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Oh, there goes the Packers.
The Packers offense now.
Let's see who I'm playing. Dak Prescott. What's up, Dak? Fucking up here. Okay. So Prescott, he's decent. Oh, Blake Bortles for their backup. Okay. Kenny and Drake, please. So basically their offense sucks. I should be able to.
They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick of the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Prescott. Open man is Trey Burton. And it's a fumble. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Yeah!
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Being chased out left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Right there. 54, Mike. Let's go one more. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. 6-9 and go.
To throw is Watson. This is caught.
That's Julio Jones once again, bitch.
End zone, touchdown, Minnesota. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Prescott looking deep down and got his man complete.
No, I got lucky.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his hand around
bitch. You can't run this shit.
A check on the numbers for Kenyon Drake last week. 18 carries, 60 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And Gibbs got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Nah, that was bullshit. I didn't
a
cover
gain
2.
of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Drake. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Touchdown, Packers.
Oh, that was bullshit. Yeah, touchdown
Gabriel. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
Man, the Packers suck,
on the
and
board here in the first half. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at
here we go.
Jones now. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say, probably going to go back to him. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Watson on 1st down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. And that is incomplete.
He caught that.
A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Come off the ball. Come on. New Mike 52. Time to go.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career. That ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the pass, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. 56. Bullet. Half. Delta. To the car.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, the tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Got you, Pop. 52's the mic, boys. 52. They gonna need some therapy after this.
To throw again on second down. Watson. And he finds Fitzgerald.
So
and
easy.
He gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
Now Watson on third and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Good. Watch the twist.
Here we go on 4th. Watson, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
It's so easy.
Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown
Cigarette
in there,
time,
but they
baby.
pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
I need some water. Like, I need some drink, so just hold on a second. I'm doing awesome at this game. I'm God. I'm a god at this game. I'm a god. So yes, just hold your horses, as I always say. That's my thing, I guess. So just chill and take shot for me, because life is going awesomely. So we will start this game up in a few seconds. Here we go. That's none of your fucking business. None of your fucking business. No, no. You know. And then when you do call on him, he doesn't do nothing. Joking with me, right? I'm starting to come around, and I have had some influence, and that was horrible. I got pissed. have no fucking business into what I made through. It's none of your fucking business. It's none of your fucking business.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. It's a gain of 12 and the Packers have the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing, Prescott, catch made by Slayton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Prescott now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Prescott. It's complete to Drake. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Prescott. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott now. And he hits Drake. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, He feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On first down, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. He'll run it, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Throwing again on second down. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, now I'm going to Super Sim. Hopefully Coach Zimmer has some shit up his ass. Ah, as a punt to me. I've been drinking way too much.
Check, 18! Check, walk 54, walk 54. Trunch, check 55!
Now a first down throw, Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Forced out to his left. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
54. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mike spot forward.
On first down, Watson dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football.
And the pressure gets to him again. Ed Oliver, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
He ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Drake. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got...
Well, they fucking sucked. That's what happened there.
Set. 19. 54 Mike. 54. Here we go again. Here we go again.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well,
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, let's get some penalties.
Throwing again is Watson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Mike 34. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Mike 34.
Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell.
You guys are
And he's going to
vicious.
get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. But anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Here's Watson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
52. And we got to get to the ball. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 52. Mike 52. All day, dog.
Watson on 1st down. The connection made. It's Graham. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he'll get into the end zone.
That is motherfucking Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Fuck all that fucking shit. He's a motherfucking beast.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room.
Yeah, I pulled away.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 6-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
I'm Super 7.
Third and short yardage. Prescott finding Gabriel complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Kenyon Drake, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers get a score closer. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And the final 2 weeks, just like a formality pretty much, they're going to be the #1 seed. But there is the matter of that perfect record, 14-0 right now. How might that change how they approach these next 2 games?
And I think what it does is it forces you to come together as a team and as an organization and say, okay, what are we really trying to accomplish here? And what's the best way to reach those goals? For some teams, the best way is to stay focused, stay locked in, go for a perfect season, and then take that open week to rest and heal up before the playoffs begin. For others, okay, we've got it locked in. Let's start to tamp it down a little bit. Get these guys rested and ready to go. All depends on the organization. I think most players would tell you, let's go for the perfect 16-0.
Yeah, I think the fan base, they would usually say that as well, wouldn't they?
They certainly would. The hard part, though, is if you get beat along the way, we should have rested the guys.
Exactly.
You know how it works.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
52's the mic, boys. 52. I don't think you got it.
Out of the gun, Watson. Complete to Jones. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From the 22, Watson, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Watson, and the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. To throw is Watson. It's Kelsey on the ground. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Watson on 1st down. Completes it to Fitzgerald. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Check Mike 54. Mike, you don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Throwing now, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Come on. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. In your face. Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Watson looks to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up. Mike 52, Mike 52.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them.
Oh, I just want to see what...
They'll throw again. Prescott. He goes underneath to Drake. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now a draw play with Drake. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Hey, kill. 47.
On 2nd and goal. Prescott, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Whoa, all for
Kenyon Drake,
Fuck you.
his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Choose the mic. You must be choosing. 59. Go. Choose the mic. Mike 52. Take me out. Here we go. Mike 52.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, 31. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Mike 54.
Watson now to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 54. Watch the screen. Mike 52.
Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Vikings, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I got it